Yeah, so we have a nice connection with the last 18 months with Yashwe, who's started with the Pro League previously, done very well, is a good solid defender, and we need cover in that regard. Um, so a lot of our experience sits in the midfield and in the defense, and obviously we have seniors up front as well, with Mandeep and Dilpreet as experienced strikers. Um, yeah, with Aditya, he's our long-term prospect. We need to give him a tournament. He's played really, really well. He's a exciting player. He can also play up front. So we're covering more than just one position. Yashwi can also play in the midfield. So if we have any injuries, we are covered on that front and also on match day. With Aditya, he's come a long way in the last 14, 15 months with us. He's been with the India A group and done very well. And we see potential in him for the future, but we need to give him some real-time experience. Rajendra's been with us as the other attacking midfielder. He's almost on 50 caps now. So that's really good. So we have experience in that position, and we have Aditya with a little bit of less experience, but we have other players that can help out in that situation if we need it. But we felt that Aditya needs a good opportunity to play a big tournament. Here we are. Yeah, I think you've got the Asian Games within 3 weeks of the end of the World Cup. So if you look at what we've been able to achieve in the last 3 years in Asian hockey, we've had a lot of these players involved, and it's been a few players move on, and we've brought in some exciting young players. And at the same time, we're trying to keep the squad competition high, but you need some good, strong youth, and I think we've brought them through, especially through with the India A. And then we also need some experience at the World Cup level and Asian Games level to get the job done when we need to. So I think that's what the squad represents: real experience, but also some youth and inexperience in certain lines, which is healthy. Yeah, well, we basically play England and Pakistan in our pool. So that was always a priority for both teams. England looking at us, we looking at them, and same with Pakistan, and matching up with where we are now and what we can still improve before the World Cup for the pool game. So that was really important. And I think we had a very successful March, April, May, June in terms of training camps to get us physically and mentally and tactically ready for the challenge ahead of two back-to-back tournaments. Because as we know, there's not been a very strong history of performance in the World Cup since 75 was the last time I think that India won it. And that's important that we try and get consistency in this tournament and bring that consistency into the Asian Games, because we want to win the Asian Games as a priority as well.
And
Yeah,
how
we're
what
excited about the opportunity. I mean, tournament hockey is about playing your best hockey when it counts, and you've got to peak, and you've got to have a really strong squad through all the lines. And I think we've shown pre-Paris that when our squad is focused and it can, put an experienced team on the field with some youth as well, we have a good chance and we can beat any team on our day. And that's exactly how we're looking at this. I'm fully aware of the legacy of Indian hockey, and also the fact that it hasn't gone really well in the World Cup. We'd love to change that. We'd love to write our own piece of Indian history. And at the same time, we got to go one game at a time. It's really easy to talk about winning a tournament, but you need to start well and you need to get the consistency, and you got to get out the group. And we have a tough group, and we need to do a good job against Wales in game one. And from there, one game at a time, and really focus on building momentum into the tournament and through the tournament to try and get to the end of the tournament where you play your best hockey. I think our main focus is press, counter, perform. So we want to be organized to press from anywhere, especially high pressing. We play a high pressing game, and then sometimes we're not so good at the half court, so we play a lower block where we can counterattack from that, and we make it really difficult for teams to play against us, and we will counterattack from anywhere. So that's part of our DNA. That doesn't take away what we have to improve and how good we have to be on the ball against everyone else's press. But I think we've shown we can play with the best teams in the world for long periods and move the ball up the field, no problem. So we wanting to have consistency on the ball, really depend on our defensive organization and structure, but also have the players super hungry and keen to counterattack so that we can make use of our ball wins and get outcomes that help us win the games. Yeah, we've had a team build that happened before we went to the Pro League, and we have another one now. We'll go to Switzerland, and we have with Paddy Upton a program there that's lined up for 2-3 days in the mountains. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. That's a lot of what we did and focused on before Paris, and we'll create a similar environment but with different objectives because we have a different team and we have new faces. So the key is always about chemistry and building trust and connection in the group and getting ready that everyone knows their role and the belief is strong and the trust is even stronger. It's the same for all players, not just Manpreet. It's every single player has to perform and do their job. So it's all based in conditioning. It's all based in what their role, what their strengths are, and how they're able to add value to our team on the training, off the pitch, and in match situations. So yeah, Manpreet has been a journeyman for a long time now, but he's as eager and as hungry as ever. So he's still adding value. He doesn't have to do everything at 100 miles an hour. He has to do his job. Everyone else has to do their job. Just they have to do their job and be accountable for what their role is. And then it doesn't matter if you're 19 or if you're 35. It's irrelevant for me. It's the fact that you have the ability to still do your job and do it well.
Just, I know you would answer in a vague way this one. It's a direct question every Indian journalist asks you. What exactly your realistic expectations from the World Cup and the Asian Games?
That's a good question because at the same time, if I said to you, there's an ideal goal and a realistic goal. The ideal goal is that we want to win every tournament we play in. So in Asia, we've won every tournament we've played in. Okay?
Okay.
So that's ideal. So realistic is down to ranking. So if I said to you, we are ranked 8th in the world right now, 7th or 8th FIH ranking.
Okay.
We have a 5% chance of winning the World Cup through ranking. But does that stop us winning it? No. But that's what people will perceive because you're 8th in the world, so you shouldn't really get there. But we were like 7th in the world when we played before Paris. Same thing. So for me, ranking is really important after the tournament, not before. Yes, you'll get your favorites, but it doesn't always work out like that. That's the beauty of sport. So now if you look at Asian Games, ideally we want to win every tournament we play in. Realistically, where are we ranked in Asia?
Top.
So what should happen? Do you see what my point? So ultimately, you're training consistently for your ideal goal and your realistic goal and to make up the gap between the two. So even though we're number one, doesn't mean we're going to win the Asian Games by doing nothing. We have to be 100% all in. Everything needs to fire, and we need to do a very, very good job of that tournament on the back of the World Cup. So here we go. Exciting. To be honest, there's a lot of history with the India and Pakistan, and it's a perfect rivalry for the right reasons. But we still have to play a game. We still have to play the game, not the occasion. And it's important to get that message across, and we do a good job of that because we have to be 100% all in. Pakistan is too difficult a team. If you underestimate them or you take them lightly, they can create goals from nothing. So at the same time, when we are 100% all in and we are all on the same page, we are very difficult to beat. Very difficult. So I think we've shown that we have consistency in those games, but elite sport and high performance, you have to recreate it and do it again and do it again. So that's our challenge.